Taylor sat at her piano, staring down at the keys. Her fingers hovered just above them, not touching, just waiting, like the notes in her head that had yet to become real. Something felt different this time. The familiar ache of heartbreak swirled inside her. But it wasn't just personal this time. It was universal, bigger than her. As she glanced at the notebook beside her, filled with half-written lyrics and ink-smudged feelings, she knew it was time. The words in that notebook weren't just hers anymore. They were for everyone who had ever felt the sharp sting of love lost. This album would be different. Red Album was born, a bold, raw, and emotional masterpiece, released on October 22nd, 2012. But it wasn't just another album in Taylor Swift's growing discography. This was a turning point. Taylor had already conquered country music, but now she had one foot in pop and wasn't afraid to admit it. A friend once told her, "It's like you're painting with more colors now, not just the safe ones." And that's exactly what Red felt like. A messy, beautiful splash of colors on a blank canvas, where pop and country bled into one another in a way no one expected. Taylor wasn't trying to fit into any box, and that's what made Red so unforgettable. The music world was shifting, and Taylor was leading the charge. Artists weren't tied to one genre anymore, and Red felt like an anthem for that change. When she sat with her producers and they played the first few tracks, one of them asked, "Do you think people will get it? The mix of sounds?" Taylor smiled, a knowing glint in her eyes. "They'll feel it. Even if they don't get it right away, they'll feel it." And feel it they did. From heart-wrenching ballads to upbeat, playful tunes, Red was an emotional roller coaster, and fans held on tight for every twist and turn. But beyond the music, Red was also a reflection of the time. The world in 2012 was complicated, just like Taylor's lyrics. Social media was exploding, and fans were more connected to their idols than ever before. Everyone had opinions, and they weren't shy about sharing them. Taylor was no stranger to that scrutiny. As one of the most talked about women in the world, every lyric, every note, was analyzed under a microscope. But she didn't back down. With Red, she laid everything bare. Her heartbreaks, her hopes, her regrets, and in doing so, made millions feel less alone in theirs.